Kelsey Mitchell and what she did today, I mean, it was something else.
Yeah, I mean, it's speechless, really. You know, she was, what, 0 for 7 in the first half and 4 points, and just put us on her back. Made big shot after big shot, big play after big play. She didn't settle, she stayed aggressive, and, you know, she willed us.
What is it about this group, the resiliency, things like what happened to Sophie? What is it about them that seems to bring the best out of them?
It's going to be hard to talk about without getting emotional. I mean, first and foremost, they're good human beings. You know, they're selfless, they're tough, they don't care who gets the credit, they don't care whose day it is. They got something inside of them that you just can't teach. And, you know, they bring it out of each other. And it allows us to go through these incredibly tough times that we're going through, and always gives us a chance. And I'm just so incredibly proud of them for continuing to believe, for continuing to pull together, for continuing to step up. I mean, every single person on this roster impacts winning for us. And every single person on this roster is valued for how they impact winning, whether they play a second or not. They give and give and give to this team. And I'm thankful for this group.
When it came to actually being able to make the comeback happen, you know, more like the basketball side of things, what did you see your team be able to accomplish on both sides of the floor?
We started setting screens. We took care of the ball. I mean, you know, there's no defense for the transition opportunities we were giving them off of our turnovers in the first half. We gave ourselves a chance by taking care of the ball. We kept our floor spacing. We stayed aggressive to the rim. You know, we forced them to defend multiple actions instead of just one. You know, I think you're beginning to see, you know, Odyssey get comfortable and everybody around her get comfortable with her on the floor. The decision making I thought was really good. Our activity level was really good. And we locked in and honed in on our details defensively. And that's what we're going to have to do. And, you know, we made some big shots when we needed to. We got some huge timely stops when we needed to. I thought Bree Turner's defense was incredible. She did a great job coming in the second half and, you know, giving us length, giving us versatility. You know, we locked in and got it done.
And this game felt big. I mean, I know you were talking about one game at a time, but the congestion in the standings, were you all feeling that in the moment of that pressure to, you know, not let one get away?
No, I mean, you know, maybe some of that stuff was happening before the game. I don't know. You know, we talked in our locker room about this was the most important game for us. Connecticut is our most important opponent. You know, we cannot look too far ahead. We don't have the luxury of that. And we've got to make sure that that we're continuing to stay locked into the moment, you know. And then I think when Sophie went down, it was another blow, right? It's another gut punch, and it took us a little bit. And, you know, fortunately, we were able to come in at halftime and regroup and, you know, re-emphasize that we have enough. And that we've got to continue to do the things that it takes for us to be successful. And that starts on the defensive end. It starts with us making sure that we're locked into our scout. It allows us to get out in transition. And our players just made great plays.
Have an update on Sophie?
No. Do you have an update on Sophie? Yeah.
Let's do more like MRIs.
Yeah, MRI tomorrow.
Just quickly on Sophie, I mean, what's going through your mind when you see her down like that and you know, you're jogging over there?
I'm like, holy shit. I mean, you know, especially the way that she fell and, you know, how she was holding herself and how much pain she was in. You know, at the time, it's like crap. And then you go down there and you see her and it's like, okay, just want her to calm down and be able to regroup. And then it turns to problem solving, right? It's how do we put ourselves in position to win? What do we need to do? You know, I think maybe that's how I survive, is going straight to problem solving. But, you know, again, this group is just, they're special, and I'm thankful for them.
Coach Mike, piggyback off of one statement you made earlier, I want to talk about a play that maybe not appreciated. You know, she's obviously Sims.
Mhm.
I think her clutch shots in the fourth inning and overtime helped contribute to this. And, you know, you see the catch she did clearly the next whole shot. If you could just talk about the player she is and what she's contributed since she's been here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, there's a reason that she's here. Her ability to break down defense, to get to the rim, to be a playmaker for herself and for others. She's a scorer, and she's a scoring point guard, and we knew that we needed that. You know, I felt like early she was being thrown in, and she might have been a little nervous, looked like a little nervous, little jitters, and you know, I give, you know, Karima and Austin and Bree all coached her in AU, and give Karima a lot of credit. Karima had some conversation with her about, look, the reason that you're here is to be you. And talking about, you know, how she impacts our team and how she can impact winning for us. And she's continued to get more comfortable and continued to get better. And she was huge for us. You know, not just her playmaking ability getting to the rim, but I mean, 19 and 7. You know, her ability to find the right read, her ability to manage the clock and game situation. You know, in the fourth quarter and in overtime, it was big. You know, we depend on her. And she's continuing to grow in her role with us.
Steph, you got quite a warm reception.
Yeah.
What that means?
It meant a lot. I mean, there's so many special people here and so many special memories that I have. And whether it was walking out in the casino or, you know, coming in and behind the halls here, you know, pregame, just seeing so many friendly faces and in the stands, it melted my heart. I was so thankful. Obviously, you know, I didn't get to talk to Jen, but seeing Jen across the way too, I mean, it's a special place, and I'm grateful to have had my time here, and thankful for you know, all these familiar faces that I saw. Hey, good, how are you?
I was just wondering, when you took the job in Indiana and decided to ask the staff to go with you, particularly like Keith, because he's from here and I write for the paper from his hometown, but what was it about, like the staff in general, like you guys were so close, Austin and Keith and Bree, like how was it having them go with you? Did that make the transition even easier?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, they're great at what they do. You know, there's so many layers and nuance to coaching in our league. And they are so good at what they do. And, you know, I really feel like we have 3 head coaches on our sideline. You know, Bree and Austin are going to be great head coaches in this league. You know, when they get their opportunities. You know, Keith, I didn't know if I'd be able to peel Keith away from Connecticut. You know, he is absolutely excellent in player development and growing into, you know, coaching role. You know, I know that I have such a rich history and trust with everybody, with Karima, because Karima's how I met Austin. Austin and Bree, especially with those 3 right there, such a rich history. I trust them wholeheartedly. I believe in them wholeheartedly. And with Keith too, continuing to grow him into a coaching role while relying on him to help our players get better. He's got such a good rapport with players. He's got such a good communication style. He's so detailed in what he does. We have a great group, and you know, and you know, when talking about our team being resilient, you know, it's our staff too. You know, we've got a really good staff that stays together, that believes in one another, that leads by example, and quite honestly has been through nearly every situation that these players are going to go through in our league. You know, we've been here, we've played in it, we've done it, we've been through injury, we've been through all the things. So I'm just, again, continue to be incredibly grateful for the people that I'm surrounded by.
To piggyback, when you have a game like this, that you had to come back down from July, then you go into overtime and win the game. I think you guys don't have another game until Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So how much is the benefit that you guys can have to play out the game until Friday? How does it benefit you for your players to get rest?
Well, it's huge. I mean, I think we've, you know, when you look at some of the standings and we've played a game or 2 games, you know, more than anybody else. We're kind of front loaded in some of the things that we did, and you know, we need the rest, we need the recovery. We had players that played a lot of heavy minutes, so we need that, and we also need time to kind of recalibrate. You know, After Phoenix, it was a quick turnaround to figure out, how we're going to play without, Ari and Sid. And now we got to figure out how we're going to play without Soph. And we've got to figure out, who can play in certain roles. What are our substitution patterns going to be? What kind of wrinkles can we throw out there? It doesn't get easier. And I think we come back and have Minnesota twice, right? So it's really good mentally, physically, and emotionally for us. And then it gives us practice time, which we're going to need.
Tough situations just seems to bring the best out in you guys. I mean, just how the heck did you pull it off today?
When we came in at halftime, we talked about chipping away, being resilient. That's kind of been our story this entire season. And that's just what we do. But I think right now, even through adversity, I think we're able to see just God's blessing over us. I mean, we're down 21 and we come back and we play. And I think what stands out the most is just everyone coming in and affecting the game the way they did. And it's just been great.
Kelsey, your second half, you had 34 of your points just
Damn!
the last after halftime. What took over you? How did you get it done on the floor?
I think it was more about what we did from a standpoint of like the mindset and the mentality from half to half. It sucked for me first half. It just wasn't, and I think that, it wasn't as well for our group, but the resiliency is true in our room. Seeing Soph go down and then knowing what happened with Sid and then knowing what happened with Ari and then knowing what happened with Cece, it's like, I think a lot of it was just God and being able to like stay prepared and stay in your mental state to be able to compete. But I really think that that's the most resilient that we've ever been because of everything we've been through. So I think a lot of it you just tap into your team and you just love on your team, and I think great things can happen.
Well, a lot of your teammates have been stumping for Kelsey for MVP, so I figured I'd
You're right.
Oh, I feel like I don't even think there are any words. I mean, when you look at Kelsey's play and you look at what she means to the squad, coming out in that second half and going off the way that she did, I think it kind of speaks for her case in general. She comes out, she defends, she scores the ball, she plays 40 minutes a game, and it's just like, and she still consistently puts up these numbers. I feel like if she's not MVP, shoot.
MVP is crazy. I don't even think I thought about that.
That's okay.
What adjustments did you guys make defensively to kind of slow them down a little bit after the way they started?
I think that you have to find great players every night are in the WNBA, and it's gonna be shots that they take that is tough. From Tia Charles all the way to Marina Mabry, both fantastic basketball players, and so you got to muck it up and make it dirty as much as possible, but they are also great basketball players. So for us, from the first half to second half, it was about making sure we closed in on their space. I think scheme-wise, be up a little bit more, be inside their shirt pocket, their shoot pocket of shots from Marina. And I just think our aggression level just twisted, it turned from half to half.
For both of you two, it just seemed like, especially in the second half, you guys were knowing where to take your shots. You guys were whatever on that, just piggyback on what he was saying. On the offensive side, you guys just seem to have an answer. I mean, you talk about the determination.
Yeah.
What were you seeing from them defensively that you could attack or penetrate?
Yeah, I think we wanted to space ourselves out a little bit more. Coming off handoffs and ball screens, I mean, they were doing a great job of clogging the paint. They're super long, super active, so getting those spray passes were kind of difficult. But I think when you put them in a little bit more action, guard-to-guard action, post-to-guard action, post-to-guard ball screen, it's a lot more that they have to guard. And obviously, I think we did a great job with Kels capitalizing on getting downhill, turning that corner. So I think just our spacing on the floor opened up that second half, and then we were able to pick what we wanted.
Yeah, our spacing was huge.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know what it's like to be able to play against different people that scheme for you or scheme for our team. And I think our spacing was pivotal in the second half.
Yep.
Alina, with all the adversity your team has been through much of the season, it'd be easy for this team to come apart and fall apart. What do you think have been the keys to staying together? And I will apply a lot to Kelsey.
Yeah, I mean, every day in our huddle, that's what we say together. And it's just more than words for us. I think when you see things happening, there's no other way. If you spread apart, the season goes down quicker than anything else. And we talk about with the injuries, people are probably expecting us to just fold, just like you said, and that's not us. We come in the locker room and we're motivated. We continue to be motivated every single time we step on that floor. At halftime, we were motivated, chip away, and that's our mindset. And just continue to uplift people. When one person goes down, we say it all the time, the next woman stands up. And that's really just been our motto and been what we've had to do a lot this season, and that's what we're just going to continue to do.
Kelsey, for all the competitiveness and intensity today, how much fun was it?
Oh, the competitive nature, the, individual, I could say, like, I'm a competitive player and I just love to compete. I love basketball that much, and I think basketball saved a lot of our lives. And so I think the fuel of the moment was it was perfect for us because we needed it. A lot of people don't know what we've gone through as professional athletes and not having a team, then you have a team and people come in and people go out. I really, really thank our group for the competitive nature because you could have easily given up, and I think that fuel energy from our group is special, man. It's special. No one can break it.
For you to, I want to talk about one more player that I think the credibility, I think doesn't get enough recognition is Odyssey Sanders.
Yeah.
She was having a great rookie game.
Yeah.
In that
Yeah.
game, her points contributed,
Yeah.
but her points contributed to sealing the game also. We can talk about her resilience and what she's brought to the team since she's got here.
Yeah. I think O's mindset is the first thing. I feel like ever since she stepped foot with us, it's been questioned, she's been eager. And I think for us, obviously it's hard coming in close to the end of a season with a squad that's kind of figured it out a little bit. And so for us, it was like, listen, we know why you're here. You know why you're here. You know how to score the ball. You know how to defend. Be you. And that's really just kind of what we've been telling her. But I think today was a great game for that. She really just embraced it. She got downhill, got to the free throw line, and really just dominated, and her presence was felt.
When Sophie goes down, I guess, just how did you guys rebound from that? How did you regroup from that? How long did it kind of take you to get out of that fog, so to speak, after watching a team that goes?
I felt like it was deja vu, man, to be honest. I felt like I just saw AB on the ground covering somebody else up, and it was just, I think part of it is really, really, truly humbling. But on another side, I think seeing Soph go down, it kind of like, it fuels you, man. If you care about your team and you care about the people in your locker room, I can't even explain it to y'all. Like, you just really got to care about the people that you play with. And I think it just fuels who we are as people, and y'all get to see it as a team for us.